We are here to talk about the King Kong Matrix. And as you just heard, we've got Ms. Wiggins on the call, who is at the very top of this matrix, who had that blind faith. We've got Mr. Hunter on the call, who also just shared some of his experience. And King Kong Matrix is going to be an opportunity for anyone who's not involved to get involved and be part of the paradigm shift that is happening now. I want to jump right into it because Ms. Tawaina Wiggins said something. She said that she's made 6 figures off of David's crypto alerts, 6 figures or more, to quote, right? Crypto alerts is the product of King Kong Matrix. King Kong Matrix is comprised of 5 different matrices, and in each one that you become active in, you get 1 crypto alert per month. And I want to add 2 more words to the end of that: for life. 1 crypto alert per month for life for each of the 5 matrices that you become active in, right? And that's the product. This product cannot be and should not be undervalued. It should not be ignored. There's a whole compensation associated with being involved in King Kong Matrix. But crypto alerts is where you can make, as we just heard, 6 figures or more. Okay, and there are no income claims here, but there's opportunity just in these alerts alone. And by you becoming active in all 5 matrices, you actually get 5 crypto alerts per month for life. And for life is going to stick when you understand what the investment is. Okay. But one of the things when you get to the 5th matrix and you actually are now getting those 5 crypto alerts per month for life, you're also getting something else called whitelist opportunities. And some of us may or may not know what whitelist opportunities are. The way I like to describe a whitelist opportunity is if one of my strong business partners, who I know is successful, everything they touch turns to gold, comes knocking on my door and says, Camille, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to launch this product for $100. And because of our relationship, because of our positioning together, I want you to get in for 5. So every time that $100 product, every unit of that $100 product that hits the market, I'm going to 20x my money. That's a whitelist opportunity to me. That's a discount. That's an early access. That's a VIP status, right? You now know about something before the world knows about something. That's King Kong Matrix. King Kong Matrix is in and of itself a whitelist opportunity. And the other thing that King Kong provides, besides crypto alerts and amazing support and an awesome community, and as Lacrisha mentioned yesterday, an opportunity to learn, to get outside of our comfort zone, we get that early access. And we're also partnered with a marketing team that has a track record, like David, to turn coins and other projects into 9-figure market cap. And what does that mean? Let's think 9 figures. What is 9 figures, right? 9 figures is $100 million. $100 million puts it on the map, puts it up there with Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, puts it in the top 100, if not the top 50 on coinmarketcap.com. So this marketing team has done that more times than I probably have fingers in my right hand. And we're part of the team with them. We're part of King Kong Matrix. And if you're not in yet, you're going to want to get in. So that's the product. And I could spend all day just talking about that product, right? But I mentioned we have 5 matrices. We have the Gelada matrix. And on this matrix, the buy-in is 25 cents. 25 cents for 1 position on the matrix. And the matrix is a 2x25 course. And we'll explain all of that as we go through this. But I want to stick with that 25 cents for 1 second. This is 25 cents one time. One time you get a crypto alert per month for life. And this is for 1 position. So I want to ask you, before we even look at what the total payout is on this matrix, what you actually are stepping into and have access to, I want to ask you, and everything that you've done over the last year, 2 years, 3 years, I'm sure you've spent more than 25 cents in an opportunity. So in this opportunity, knowing that it's 25 cents for one position, how many would you get? Would you pull $1 out of your pocket so you could get 4? Or would you put a 10 on it or $100 on it? How many would you get? And I want you to think about that as you think about how many people you know who also have at least a quarter in their pocket, $1, and likely $10 in their pocket for positions on the gelato matrix. And now I want to blow your mind. I want to blow your mind because you get one position on this matrix, right? And you just happen to go tell a few people who go crazy, and your matrix gets filled. Your 2 by 25 business enterprise gets filled because you shared this 25 cent opportunity. And it's not. I'm not saying that to minimize it. It is worth way more. But let's just focus on this matrix alone. You share this opportunity for others around the world to get in for 25 cents on one position, and they go crazy, fill your matrix. What do you get for that? $335,544. $335,544 for a 25 cent buy-in one time. Now, how do you get from 25 cent buy-in to 335K? You have a payout per position of ½ penny. Now, I asked you in the beginning to think about how many positions would you actually get on this matrix? If there was no limit to how many you could get, how many would you get? And then I wanted you to start thinking how many other people you know who would probably do the exact same thing as you, who would duplicate you, right? And get as many as they could, many positions as they could on this matrix. And now we look at that ½ penny. ½ penny doesn't seem like a lot, but if you duplicate ½ penny every day, you double ½ penny every day for 30 to 60 days, you're talking millions. You're talking millions of dollars. So imagine duplicating yourself just on the gelato matrix and multiplying this payout at the bottom by however many cups, as Wesley will talk about later on what that means, however many cups you decide to get on this matrix. We're talking massive income right here, everybody. Massive income. We're talking about a paradigm shift, and I have only talked about one matrix. If you're excited, drop some 777s in the chat, because I'm excited. I don't even really want to go further. I want to stay right here. Every time, I just want to stay right here. But I'm going to one-up myself and go to the next matrix. The Langer matrix. The buy-in is 50 cents. 50 cents one time. And by being now on the Langer matrix, if you chose it or if you were upgraded to it, talk about that in a second, you now have put in 75 cents into this paradigm shift called King Kong Matrix. You now get 2 crypto alerts per month for life. And as you share this opportunity and duplicate yourself, you're going to be getting a penny for every position that falls into your matrix, either by you, by whoever you shared it with and their efforts, or by the overall organization and those above you, right? You're getting a penny for every position. Again, is a penny that much? No, it's not. If you're just talking about one penny, duplicate that penny every day for 30 to 60 days and see how much it is. Duplicate yourself as you think about how many positions, if there was no limit, that you would get for 75 cents, 25 on gelada, 50 cents on Langer. How many positions would you get? And then think about how many people would do exactly what you did. Your matrix gets filled. And what do you get for 50 cent buy-in for one position in the Langer matrix? $671. $671,000 plus the 335K we just talked about. We're already over $1 million, and we've only talked about 75 cents for 2 positions now. One on Gelada, one on Langer. And we get 2 crypto alerts per month for life. I don't even need to explain this matrix on the right. I'm going to leave that to Wesley and to our expert and upline, Miss Tawaina. But I want you to understand something. These numbers that you see over here, they may look big, but they are positions, not people. We're not moving people. We're talking about positions. And when you think back to how many positions you would get for 75 cents and how many positions your people would get for 75 cents, these numbers aren't that big, but that total payout is. So let's go to matrix 3, the Macau matrix. Matrix 3, buy in $1, one time. You are now getting 3 crypto alerts per month for life. For life on this one-time buy-in. And where are we at now? $1.75? You can't even buy a soda for $1.75 anymore. A bottle of water is costing you $2 at Starbucks now. $1.75 one time. And on Macau, the payout per position is 2 cents. Again, not a lot, but let's duplicate that. Let's duplicate what we would do. And for $1.75 with no limit, how many positions would you get? And how many people would do the exact same thing as you? I would venture to say a lot. Even you may not even think you know anyone who would do the exact same thing as you. And I'm one of those people. I'll stop here for a second to tell my story. I'm not a massive recruiter. I'm not someone who goes out and brings these massive teams. It takes me a while. And I'm okay with that, as long as I know the journey and that the light is down that empty, dark road and it won't be a fantasy anymore. As long as I know I'm being redesigned, as long as I know I'm part of a paradigm shift and I'm moving with the masses, I'm starting to think different and see different, I'm okay with it taking a little while. But as long as you have a vision, and as long as you see the vision in this, you're going to be all right. And let's talk about what you get on the Macau matrix. Just for that $1 buy-in, one time for that one position. Fill your matrix up, you get $1.3 million for a completed matrix on Macau. And where are we now? We're at least $2.4 million for $1.75 buy-in one time. And you're getting 3 crypto alerts per month for life. I know I sound redundant, but I can't help myself. I have to repeat it. I need to make sure everybody understands what's happening here. Understand this really is a paradigm shift. There is nothing out there, not McDonald's, not a piece of candy, not any platform out here where you can get in for $1.75 and have the opportunity to arrive at $2.4 million. Nothing. David has changed the game. Matrix number 4, Baboon. $5 buy-in, one time. And now we're adding on to those crypto alerts. Now you're getting 4 crypto alerts per month for life. And the payout per position, because remember, we're duplicating ourselves. And I'm going to keep saying that because that's how we need to think, right? For $6.75, no limit to how many positions you could get. How many would you get for $6.75? And imagine everyone you tell doing the same thing as you. So that dime that you get per position on your matrix starts to add up when you start to duplicate it every day. What's the payout for Baboon? $6.7 million. $6.7 million for a $5 buy-in one time for one position. We are now at over 10 million. I stopped doing the math. I just know it's big. This is the sky opening up and coming down on you, dollar bills, through your effort. right? So we're at over 10 million. We're at $6.75. We got 4 crypto alerts per month for life. What is the last and final matrix? It's the Mandrill matrix. And the buy-in there is $10 one time. And I tell this every time. And I didn't do it today, so I'm talking about yesterday. But when I pick my son up from basketball camp, he's always wanting McDonald's. And at least 2 times a week, I'm spending way more than $16.75, which is all 5 matrices, the buy-in added up. I'm spending way more than $16.75 for that McDonald's. And how long does it last? Not as long as I would like for those fries to last. It doesn't last long. It's gone. And when it's gone, where's my $16.75 plus? Well, for you joining into this opportunity, into King Kong Matrix, into this paradigm shift, and jumping onto these 5 matrices, guess where your money is going? In your pocket. And Mandrill, for the $10 buy-in one time, 5 crypto alerts per month for life. On this, you're getting a total payout of $13.4 million. And I know we're now over 22. We're over 22 million. And we've only talked about a $16.75 investment one time for one position. And if there were no limit to the number of positions you would get for $16.75, how many would you get? And imagine everyone you sharing this with, how many they would get. They would duplicate you. Your matrices would get filled in no time. And remember, we're talking positions, not people. Now, there's one thing that I haven't mentioned, and then I'm going to hand it over to the experts. But the one thing I have to say, the sweet spot to me, what got me off of my butt and on my feet, is the fact that no one you share this with can leave. In all the opportunities that I'm sure most of us have been in, and if you haven't, God bless you, you're in the right one for the first time. But in all the opportunities most of us have been in, we invest in a team. And like I just told you, I'm not a massive recruiter. So when I get a team and I'm investing in that team, I'm wanting to hold on for dear life, because it's not like I'm out there bringing large numbers of people, right? And what happens in these opportunities? Sometimes you invest financially, you invest your time, you invest your emotion, right? And then 30 days comes by and now it's time for them to actually do it for themselves. And sometimes they fall off. And when they fall off, your investment falls off, and your rank or your profit or whatever the case may be goes with them. And you've got to start over. For me, that's like Mount Everest, right? But in this opportunity, no one can block their own blessings. No one can say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want that $13.4 million. No, I'm good. I'm going to take a pass. Guess what? Let's go back to Matrix 1. Matrix 1, that person who is thinking they don't want to do this anymore, right? They're still in the matrix. Positions are raining down underneath them. They're still earning that half a penny. And when that half a penny per position grows to 50 cents, they are automatically upgraded to Langer, which means they don't have to make a decision. They don't have to try to block their own blessings. And that's one of the beautiful things about King Kong to me that David thought about. He's creating a system where we can't even get in our own way anymore. We can't stop the train from moving. It's gonna move the minute we see the opportunity and the vision one time. And if for some reason we have a bad day and we lose what we saw, we don't lose our position. That is the sweet spot in King Kong Matrix to me. And with that said, I'm gonna hand it on over to Mr. Hunter and Ms. Tawaina Wiggins. Thank you.
Awesome. Always a great presentation. So what I want to do now is I do want to open the floor and allow, before I start pestering with questions and say my 2 piece, I want to give Ms. Tawaina Wiggins an opportunity to share her view, her vision. And I will lead in with this, right? And you can stop the share for me, Camille. So I will lead in with this. I really want Tawaina. See, I've heard part of her story, some of the investments she made and what they turned into. And I know I'm a man of figures. And sometimes I'll be honest, when it comes to comp plans, which I love comp plans. I absolutely love them. I love team builds, but there's a lot that comes with that. And I'll say my 2 piece later. But at the end of the day, numbers matter. And I don't want people to look at this as a $16.75 opportunity. I think that sometimes that gets lost in translation. And because of the way we're wired, we think of this as just a cheap opportunity that doesn't require much from us, and we shouldn't pay as much attention to it. I'll explain that price point and why that price point is so significant. But more importantly, what I want you guys to hear is some of the stories. I don't know what Tawaina is willing to share, but I like dollar amounts. So if she's comfortable with it, how much she invested, how long it took, and what that return looked like in following the guidance of Mr. David Lisiaga. Because I want you guys to understand the true value of this platform is not the 25 cents, but that 25 cents is going to be magical, and we're going to show you why. Ms. Tawaina?
Okay, how are you guys doing? The magical part about this project that she left out was the buying of the positions. So listen, if you bought one position, the numbers that she gave us was just for one position, right? So if we bought one position into the matrix, it's 1675. However, we believe that very first matrix will fill a lot quicker than any other matrix. So once we buy in at $16.75, we can take any extras that we have and buy more positions into the gelada matrix. And when you're buying more positions, you're going to now be able to multiply that one position by however many positions that you buy. So if you buy one position in the matrix, in the gelada matrix, and it brings you 300,000, then 2 positions bring you 600,000. And that's the joy of this project, because we're able to multiply the positions. I started off in the crypto space about, I'd say 2 years roughly. And I started with David in a company called Epic Financial, Epic University. And a lot of us in Epic University were only there basically to learn Forex. And I jumped straight in with Forex and started taking signals with US 30. And that alone had caught my interest. And in spite of the projects that I already have going on, the businesses that I have going on, I'm like, I got to figure out how this works, because this is being able to create me extra cash flow. In the process of me learning Forex, I was able to receive one of David's signals, and he told us to buy SafeMoon. Now, I don't know much about it, and I may be successful, but I didn't put a lot out there. And I put $500 out there. And within a month tops, that $500 created $20,000. And if anyone can look up SafeMoon, you can look up when this happened. And this was last year around March, April, and May. And then he told us about CumRocket. And I decided to say, okay, let me put a little bit more. And I put $1,000 into that signal. And that signal created me $140,000. Although after buying out, cashing out, and waiting, because I didn't know it was legit, because I knew I was able to take home $102,000 from that alert off of $1,000. And I was able to make that within a month, top max, within a month, and that's the joy of this crypto project that we are in. It's not just we're building positions, which we are. We're going to be able to get these alerts. And if you want to say, okay, well, that was last year ago, what have you done recently, Tawaina? What's going on recently? I need to know what y'all got going on right now, right? So because I got into the project back into December, and I believed into the project, you want to know why? because I had taken alerts from David. And now I was able to talk to David and get acquainted with David. And now I trusted David, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm in, all in. Me and my partner said, put us in on level 1. It's only 2 positions there. We want that. And some of you guys know how much the money is that investment was, but I am excited about it because guess what? 2 months ago, he called out a play called Chronos. He called out Chronos, Smart Nodes, and I kid you not, this is no joke, you guys. I put $1,300 in Chronos. He told the whole team, put $3,000 in. I got whitelist opportunities. I know the developers over here. Put $3,000 into the project. Me, no. My appetite was $1,300. And within 30 days, you guys, that $1,300 turned into $25,000. This is no joke. This is no joke. So if you guys just take it seriously, take these alerts seriously. He just told us to buy Matic. He just told us to buy Matic at 77 cents. It went up to $1.03. We took profit, right? So it's the alerts that's going to help us keep going while we build. While we build, we're going to get the alerts. And then we're going to be able to show the people the alerts so then they can understand the project as well. But this is a great project. Where can you put a quarter and get a return of $300,000? And it's just building. All it is building, getting 10 people and having those 10 people get 10 people. However, with my strategy, everyone I bring in, I have a strategy of at least $100, $190. And that's 100 positions in the gelato matrix, 100 positions in the second, 100 positions in the third, 1 to 5 positions in the fourth, and 1 to 5 positions in the fifth. And once they do that, they're going to immediately start seeing commissions. So it's sometimes when we buy in at $16.75, if sometimes they don't understand the product or the project, you know, the few dollars that they get initially is not motivating them enough to say, okay, I'm going to go push. But once they buy in at $190, they're going to immediately start seeing commissions. And with those commissions, it's going to start giving them a push of what this project is. And the unit level is 5 levels deep. When they buy in at $16, you're already making $3, $4 the moment they buy in. So just imagine when they're buying in at $167. Just imagine when they buy in 10 positions. I'm sorry, you guys, I'm at the office. When they buy 10 positions in all matrices, that's $167. We can do that, you guys. And 10 positions in all the matrices, you're going to get a return immediately. So now we have everyone buying in 167, and it's pushing our matrices down, our levels down, and we're getting unilevel. So we're able to make money 3 ways with this project, you guys. We're going to get the money on crypto alerts. So no one's going to be able to say I put $50 in and I didn't make $50 back with crypto alerts. What I put into this project, well over a lot, you know? I've made that back, you guys. I'm being honest with you guys. I've already made it back. I've already made every dollar back with the crypto alerts and some, you know? So let's be motivated and we can introduce these people and let them know, hey, crypto is in. We can't sit back and say, you know what? We're not going to acknowledge it. We have to acknowledge it because it's here and it's here to stay. This is going to be our banking system, you know? So that's what I have to say about that. And if anybody have any questions, I'm here, but let's stay motivated. You're going to make your money back with the crypto alerts. The unit level adds up. It adds up and it's 5 levels deep, guys. 5 levels deep. So if I bring Wesley, Wesley brings Tasha, Tasha brings Monique. Monique brings Sandra. I'm still getting paid off all 5 of those people deep, you guys. And every single time Wesley say, I want to buy another position because I want to help fill my matrix, I get more unilevel bonus. This is a dynamic project, you guys. Get in it, get involved, have your Zoom parties, have your launch parties, tell someone, tell someone, tell someone. And I'm here. If you have any questions, I'm here.
So before we move forward, anybody have any questions for Mr. Tawaina? Because then now we're going to talk strategy, right? We have a few things that we want to share that add to that, but I want you guys all have a moment if you have any questions of Mr. Tawaina before we go to the next part of this. All right, so I know there are many of you guys who, you know, can't build, don't want to build, who've had struggles building. You know, you see, oh, here we go again. I got to go talk to people. I understand that struggle. And that's kind of where Miss Camille Young talked about earlier. So what another unique part of this, right? You don't have to bring a whole team of people to win. Don't get me wrong, as Mr. Tawaina explained. If you want the big bucks, it's very simple how these things work. You say, well, I want to make just money off the product. I don't want to be involved in any other stuff. That's fine. You have that option, right? And for just $16.75, you have access to all of that. Now, on the other end, you say, well, no, Wesley, I would like to make money from the company. Well, the way it works is when you work for the company, word of mouth advertising, telling other people, the company pays you. If you don't do that part, well, then you don't get paid. You're like, you don't cut grass, you don't get paid for cutting the line. It's kind of that simple. But David understood that too. And I want to go back to the conversation that he and I had, right? When this thing was just a concept, when he first gave me the call. Apparently I got called after Tawaina though, you know, so let's highlight that fact. She got called first, right? But I was called not much longer after. And when I got the call, the way David explained to me, he's like, Wesley, why do we keep building these programs for Americans? Just because they have the money, right? And then they have to build teams, and then they complain because they don't want to build. They're not making money for the opportunities, and they don't totally get it, right? And then the average American can only recruit 1.24 people. So 2 people on average, right? So they're not big recruiters. And so a lot of people find themselves in different opportunities, not able to build a team, and then they feel victimized by the opportunity that was presented to them, right? Because they were excited, but they don't know how to generate that same excitement in others. So David had an answer for that. He said to me, he said, what if we built a compensation plan that was actually built for internationals? Because the internationals, they don't have a problem recruiting. They are looking for opportunities, right? And we talked about Nigeria and Pacific, right? He's like, you know, they need these opportunities, but they can't afford to do it. And with the world going where it's going, digital currencies and so forth, they don't have the money to join in these massive income shifts. So what if we built a comp plan that was made for them at an entry price for them? Then they could come by the hundreds. They could come by the thousands. They can get their whole families into this, right? And for them, $2 or $3 a day can make a huge difference. So that was the vision. But then he said to me, he said, and for the Americans who just have the money, we'll make it so that they can spend their money and also generate their income. That's all I needed to hear. You know, you guys that know me know I'm a builder. I didn't know nothing about crypto. You know, he got talking about some coin lips and a wallet. At that part, I didn't even capture. I'm learning it now. I'm diving into crypto and I'm loving the space. As you guys have heard me talk about, I'm actually doing a few different crypto things that I'm super excited about. But at the time that he's having this conversation with me, he might as well have been talking about, you know, hap, scratch, and jiggle wiggle. It just made no sense. But I understood the comp plan. A comp plan with no monthly subscription, where Americans didn't have to recruit and could still make money by using their money, and where the internationals could finally have an income shift, be able to make the money to participate in the investment opportunity. I told him, I said, you do that, I'm in. Right? And then I'm gonna be honest. I sent him the money. He's adding me to these different groups. I wasn't paying attention to that Discord and all that other stuff. I wasn't in that. I was not paying attention. So that's when I called Camille. I told Camille, I said, look, this is a little too brainy for me. I need somebody that understands this space, right? And she and I decided to go half, right? Because I knew that she would be able to follow along and really understand what it was that he was talking about. So that was her journey and her leg in the race, right? She studied it, she understood it, and then she would call me and try to explain to me. It still sounded like gibberish. I didn't get it, right? I understood the comp plan though. So when it was time to go live, I dived in and I started looking at this comp plan. And everything that he promised is what he's created. Americans that can't recruit, who are not big recruiters, can still earn from this opportunity by simply, right? I always say put an anchor account, 25 cents. Use your link one time, you qualify in the force matrix while you sit and wait. What I do not want people to do is devalue that $16.75 and think that it's some cheap signal. No, he did that only so that we can appeal to the masses because he has a vision about how us working as a community, creating those massive numbers, right? It's like marching. Like we do Black Lives Matter or whatever. The masses having an effect on the market. And the only way to do that was to bring in people who could recruit. So he made a price point that they could afford. But the American, right, $16.75, you know, it's that Big Mac you forgot to eat, right? You throw it in the trash. You don't care anything about it, right? Well, here's this. You will still be able to make a profit without recruiting a large team. Those who have captured the vision and have captured the wave are definitely going to see a lot more. I mean, we've seen payouts as much as, you know, 4,000, 3,000, 11,000. We've seen payouts, you know, that those are the people that are really plugged in and doing the work. What will your income look like? The question is, what will your work ethic look like? Because that's the only thing that's going to determine. You want to sit? That's fine. You'll make a profit. You'll be okay. But if you want to have major money and you want to have it now, because you get paid daily, right? It is a two-leg comp plan, but there's no balance requirements. So you took all that stuff out. You don't have to have, you know, 20 people on your left leg, 30 people on your right leg. There's no ranks. If you got 5,000 people on your left leg and one person on your right leg, you get paid for 5,001 persons, right? It's just that simple. There's nothing that holds you back. There's no tricks in the comp plan. In fact, there's so many sweet spots in this comp plan that I think it's getting overlooked. And so we're going to be talking about that. But before we do that, I do want to allow Miss Lacrisha to share something, that a vision that she shared with me. I think Camille shared with me. I know Andrea shared with me. And I didn't totally get it. It wasn't until I was actually on a call the other day. I was listening to Tawaina and Ashley Williams. They were having a conversation, you know, and in that something triggered. And it brought me back to the conversations that I had with, you know, like I said, Lacrisha and Camille and Andrea. You know, we had talked about rain parties and what that would look like. You know, the easy, I think, you know, our greed, our personal greed appeals to us, right? And I'm going to show you how you can be greedy in this comp plan. But before I do that, you know, the natural inclination is you think 5 matrices, you're thinking, let me fill all 5 matrices. And so the bigger compensation comes from the $10 value, which makes you feel like, well, I need to do more in the $10 level so that I can make more money. And I think that might have been where the limitness of my thoughts. I was thinking about how much I could make in all 5 matrices. And so I didn't clearly capture the vision until I heard that interaction between Ashley and Tawaina. But having said that, it comes right back home. And I'm going to allow Miss Lacrisha to explain what it is that the team has come up with and how she's leading the charge on making that happen and what the plan is, because many of you need to hear this. And then I'll explain to you why, because there's a certain magic to what they've come up with, right? And once my brain captures it, I got it, right? And I can tell you there's been several conversations with some high-end earners talking about using this strategy and the effect it can have. So you really want to hear this. Anybody that's not here, that's shame on them, but you want to hear this part. Ms. Lacrisha.
Hey, everybody. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited and honored to be part of what it is that we have. And what he's talking about is the sheer fact Like Tawaina was saying, you know, and everybody here, we're all on the same page. Woohoo, right? It's a beautiful thing. So what I'm working with some of the members of our that are here in the King Kong Matrix system, we're working on an event that's going to take place tomorrow night, Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this same Zoom link. And what we're gonna do is, because there's so many new people that have no idea what cryptocurrency is, so we're actually gonna play some games so we can test the knowledge. We're gonna throw out some terms, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna keep it fun and educational, but more importantly, the goal is for everybody to actually do what Wesley always says: when everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. So I know a lot of people are saying, you know, I'm ready to go through level 25. So we're going to actually make it rain tomorrow by buying additional positions. I'm so excited about that. You know, when I look at the matrix and it's level 1 through 25, I'm like, okay, I don't know 1,000 people. I don't have to know 1,000 people. I don't even know 10 people. I don't really have to know 10 people today. But if I participate in the Make It Rain party, everybody's going to come in and they're going to buy 100 positions in the Galata Matrix. That's just $25. We have over 4,000 people in this system. So earlier today, I did the math. I'm like, what if only 10% of the people come in and participate in this party? That's over 41,000 positions purchased in the system all at one time. Let me tell you, people in Africa, Cambodia, Thailand, the Philippines, and here in the United States, people in Barbados. I mean, this party is going to rock all 4 corners of the world. It's going to shake things up. Now, we all know that we're supposed to be helping each other. So this is going to be really fun. I'm going to give away door prizes, prizes for the games. There's going to be music. People are going to be dancing. We might even do a little Bitcoin karaoke. You don't know what I got planned. So all I'm saying is this: put this on your calendar. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be the first of many, hopefully, Make It Rain parties. And I'm extremely excited about it. I'm hoping to have them every Friday, but we're going to work on this first one. And, you know, I'm just trying to be super creative here so people can actually learn crypto, learn more about Wallace, learn more about whitelisting, what that means, staking, and all of those things. So, but most importantly, we're definitely going to make it rain, especially for some of those people who only started with just a 25 cent, or just, I saw the word pre-mint in the chat. Let's say somebody joined on the pre-mint link. That means they only have the 25 cent. Wow, this is going to be amazing for them. It's going to be amazing for them. So this is our chance to stand up and help our brothers and sisters all over the world. And I'm excited about it. Back to you, Wesley.
Awesome. So thank you. So now I'm going to add a little flavor, a little color to everything you've heard, right? Because y'all know Wesley, I like to simplify things. So we're going to give you King Kong for Dummies, right? And everything that you just heard and how it fits into where we are and what this opportunity really embodies. So in that, you know, I want you guys to understand something. Okay, so I like to use the cup explanation, right? And I'm going to do it I'm going to draw it because I want you guys to understand it first. And then I'm going to show you why this thing is so magical. And I got to be honest, I didn't get it at first. I really didn't get it at first. But once it resonated with me, man, you guys are in for something special. You guys are in for something special. But I want to show you guys first. I'm going to do my cup explanation first. So let's talk to the person who has the money but cannot build a downline, right? Let's talk to that person first, because I know a lot of people come from that space, right? Now, I'll be honest. Again, I want to say crypto is a magical space. It's something I'm really, really diving into. And Lacrisha talked about how she invested $20 into an opportunity and didn't know what she was doing at first, right? And it turned into $1,800. That's the kind of space this is. So our goal is to help as many people as possible to enter that space, especially right now with crypto having been in a down market. I can tell you, I've been talking to a lot of crypto experts, professionals, people in the crypto market. Crypto is about to make a shift. And when it does, you want to be in the right space at the right time. But that's why we have the experts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this, right? And I don't know if Favor is still on the call. I didn't look to see if she's still on the call, but I did have an explanation for how it works and what you expect. So the cup explanation that I like to always give is this is your 25-cent cup. You'll see why it ties into why the magic of what we're going to do. This is your 50-cent cup. This is your dollar cup, your $5 cup, and your $10 cup. That's for the person who came in at the full $16.75, right? And we already talked about, as Camille explained, you get a half a penny here, a penny here, 2 pennies here, 10 cents, and 20 cents. I know it's not life-changing money. It's just change you throw in your little cup holder, right? Well, here's this. For those who can't build large teams, or those who just understand this opportunity, the first thing you want to do is look at upgrading your accounts, right? Why? Because when you pay, what is it, $82.75, I think it is, for the 5, it's $16.75, right? Times 5 gets you the 5. It gets you the 5 King Kong protocol, right? Pack. What does that do? Now, instead of making just a half a penny, 2 cents, a dime, or 20 cents, you've multiplied your income, because now you multiply these all by 5, simply because of the amount of your investment. Many are starting to do the 10 pack, so that you multiply that again by 10. So you're 10x in your income just based on the size of your investment. And this goes all the way up to 1,000. So you can actually put in 16,750, right? So depending on the size of your budget and how much you want to earn. So you can increase your earnings simply by the size of your investment. But why is this important to what we're about to share? There's a vision that I want everybody to embody, right? Yes, I do have a saying, when everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. But the truth is, most people think from a very selfish space. That's just the nature of things, right? Like Ms. Young talked about, Camille, when she talked about how, it's time to pay subscriptions, people, they fall off, and because, whether they claim to have wanted to be there for the education, but all of a sudden they're not willing to pay for the education if they want it. They don't want to recruit, but the company only pays you if you recruit. So there's always that energy, right? This takes that out of it. And so what I want to show you guys is this. There's an auto upgrade feature. So Miss Camille Young, I should always talk about, they can't leave, like they're trapped. They can't get away, right? Because she's been through storms where people have done just that. In their own selfishness or lack of concern, they disappear. With the auto upgrade feature, the way it's situated, a person at a 25-cent account, as soon as this account acquires 50 cents, it automatically upgrades. So if you put in John Paul Jackrabbit and you can't reach John Paul Jackrabbit, he just totally disappears. It does not affect you, right? Because even though he's at a 25-cent account, yeah, you're not making much from it at first, right? But eventually it's going to be a slow build because everything beneath you is at 25 cents. So it's going to be a slow build before it turns into 50 cents, which will trigger the upgrade. And then another slow build until it triggers $1 and so forth, so on. And another slow build as it finally achieves $5. Another slow build as it creates 10. But see, it's slow, but it's there. Now, what if you could speed this up? What if you could get this 25-cent account to trigger to 50 cents sooner? It does 2 things. John Paul Jackrabbit that disappeared, hey, his loss. So what? Who cares? He didn't care. We don't care. But what about, I'm going to say Sally West Africa, who only had the 25 cent, the free position, or somebody sponsored him or her into that position. and they're trying to build, but they can't build, and they're struggling with that opportunity, right? What happens? All of a sudden, when this account cheats 50 cents and we can help her to achieve that at a faster rate, that account is going to grow faster. It's going to generate excitement. It may help her recruitment efforts because now she can go and show others what she's made, right? And that's going to excite others to want to get involved, especially when you're looking at depressed economies in third world countries. It doesn't take much. If they can show that they've made $2 or $3 in the last 3 or 4 days, that generates excitement. That feeds a whole family over there. That's enough for them to go about and tell others, like, look, I found something that works. Maybe in America, $3 in 3 or 4 days, you don't even log in, right? You just like, oh man, I made $3 from that crap. But to those in those economies, the ones that we're trying to reach, the ones that we're trying to help, this will help them to be able to share that message. So how do we do that? How do we affect that, right? Well, there are several mechanisms within the King Kong matrix that I really want you guys to pay attention to. Really, really, really hear me when I say this. The coupon system that's available in the back office is really an awesome system. It really is. Because let's say, for instance, you want to help. You say, well, I got a big heart. I want to help some people, Wesley. Fine. Let's make that happen. There are people lined up for this opportunity, literally. I mean, I'm in like 7, 8 different groups, and it's like 100 and some people in each group. So there's not like this is an opportunity that's hard to share, right? And a lot of them are coming from, the islands, Virgin Islands, and a lot of them coming from Africa. They see this as an opportunity to acquire that financial freedom that they desire. They don't see 1675, trust me. What they see is an opportunity that's working. Right. So, but in that case, you can go in your back office and you can buy it take you about 2 minutes to buy 100 coupons for $25. You can help 100 people get started in this opportunity for just $25. Hear me when I say that. How big is your heart? 25 bucks, a Happy Meal? I'm sure we can all afford it, right? So it's again using our financial wellness here in this country to share with those who may have less. But there's a magic to it, right? Because in our philanthropy, in our will to help others, we also help ourselves. This is why the Rain Party is so significant. We could have asked everybody, hey, let's just all upgrade your accounts. Let's all buy another, a 5-cup protocol. And yeah, that'll increase my earnings too, because especially my directs. Let's all do a 5-cup protocol, right? So everybody could please log in and go spend some more money. And that's fine. But I was listening to Ashley, what she said. She says when she presents the opportunity, she doesn't tell people 1675. This is where I think it triggered for me. Because she explained, she says she has them come in with like $45 so they can cover gas fees. And then she has them buy the 1675 pack and then immediately go in the back office and purchase 100 positions for just $25. And that's when I think I started to get it, right? Because what happens when that occurs? What happens the moment that occurs is really what the magic of the Rain Party is all about. The 25-cent matrix is the easiest matrix to fill, rightfully so, because of the price point. I mean, it's easy to spend $25 to spend $50, right? And if you don't have, let's say you can do it from your back office. It's very easy to do. Anybody that needs to learn how to do that, we'll be helping you all day to do that. Some of you guys may have not yet even made $25 worth of commissions, but you say, well, Wesley, I still want to participate in the Rain Party. No problem. You contact us. We will get it situated for you because we can transfer money peer-to-peer in our back office. So we can get that. You can send a cash app. We can transfer the money to you. We will make sure that you have what you need to participate. If it's just $25, if it's $50, if it's 100, look at your heart. Look at what you can do. But why is it important? The first matrix, there's a selfishness to wanting to fill up that first matrix. But this is where it triggered for me. There are so many people in this opportunity who are only at 50 cents. I mean, only at 25 cents. If we came in and we all spent $16.75, you know what happens? This person who's at 25 cents, they make no commissions off this level. They make no commissions off this level, or this level. That money skips them because you can only get commissions based on the level that you've entered. Hear that? So though we might have spent, $4,000, we're making it rain everywhere. This person isn't feeling that same sense of support. They're not sensing that same sense of growth. So here's one of those times when the more we help the person in the 25-cent matrix, by making it rain in the 25-cent matrix, yes, it's selfishness because it'll fill up faster, but we also trigger these 25-cent accounts. So after making it rain, and we're making a percentage off the rain we make, don't get it wrong, there's a selfishness to this, but we're also triggering these accounts to 50 cents. And that means as those accounts trigger, that's another commission that gets paid. More importantly, we want to duplicate this. We want to do this every Friday. We want to spread the word about this because now here's this. Let's say, I forgot her name, Sally West Africa, right? She may have only made $5 so far, but having been a part of the rain, having experienced what that has done in her own account, maybe next week she wants to spend $1 and she wants to buy just 4 positions to make it rain herself. Maybe she wants to spend $250 and buy 10 spots. Remember, when everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. We're not talking people right now. We're talking about the significance of a quarter to change lives. And in that, right, selfishly, also making plenty money. So if we all focus on that first matrix as our priority, some people are paying, $300, $400, $500. They're putting this money here and there, they're upgrading to the 20 accounts. And that's fine. I ain't mad at you because you got more fishing poles in the river. You got more cups in the storm, right? Because for each level that you go up, you now have that cup, which digs out of it. So if I was you, and I'm going to tell you what my plan is, making sure everything is up to like 10x that thing for $167.50 and making it rain with the rest. That way I got more cups in the river of this increase because there's about to be a massive influx. And not only that, David Lisiaga has made it known that his email list is about to go out. And if you guys know David Lisiaga, that man has built huge teams. And trust me, just as Tawaina responded to his call, just as Wesley responded to his call, Dan, Camille, and we came in with thousands of dollars, there are more people that are going to see this vision. And because it's a company-wide force matrix, you have no idea who's going to land beneath you or how that's going to affect or shift your income. So collectively, with us all doing our part, see, and there's going to be those people, right? We know there's going to be those people who selfishly sit by. They're going to not spend a dime. They want to just watch and see first. They want to make sure they're not throwing anything. And there's going to be those. What I'm asking you is to reach inside of yourself, to be bigger than what that person may be thinking, right? Let's not move in fear. Let's move in faith. Let's all do our part and add to the momentum that can help to change lives while also generate income that can change ours too. I hope that makes sense. I hope that simplified it, but I can tell you it's an exciting time and exciting opportunity. And when you look at the fact of what those signals can and have done, when you understand the value. So I'll speak to this, and I think Tawaina can kind of relate to me on this a little bit. There's this thing in this, you only experience it in Forex network marketing. In Forex network marketing, you have this thing where people feel, well, if you recruit me, then you should be able to trade, or you should teach me how to trade, or you need to have some connection to the product. Otherwise, you're just a builder, right? There's that thing. In no other industry do you see that. I mean, if I sold you some weight loss lemonade and you don't take the weight loss lemonade, you're not going to blame Wesley because you didn't lose weight. You kind of understand that's your fault, right? If I sell you weight loss lemonade, you don't expect me to call you 3 times a day to remind you, hey, don't forget to take your lemonade. You don't expect Wesley to drink lemonade and lose the weight with you. You just don't, right? You just, that's your thing. I sold it to you. You're good. You're happy. You got the product that you want, and off to the next, to race. But in Forex network marketing, there's a very hands-on. There's this high expectation. It's almost like you adopt the person. Once you recruit them, Now they expect something from you. Why am I saying that part? Right? So in this case, in crypto, even those who, like me, may be technically challenged or may not be as interested in watching charts all day, I can still participate in the product. I can actually be a product of the product. Oh, wow, look at me. I'm investing in crypto, right? And still do that for a win. And again, people don't have that high expectation of you to be sitting there mentoring them through. You show them simply how to invest themselves, and everybody's on a happy journey worth winning. Again, automatic retention, no fall off, low entry costs, no monthly fees, a chance to change the world with a very small budget. When everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot, but we all have to do our part. So I hope to see you all on the call. And I'm gonna tell you, my thing is very simple. I'm reaching out to leaders and I'm talking to them about this, what we got planned. And I'm saying, I want at least 10 of you guys to show up. At least 10, right? And then I want those 10 to bring 10. This should be a maxed out call. I don't care if you got $2 to put in or $20 to put in. I don't care if you got $200 to put in. When everybody does a little, nobody has to do a lot. And together we can change each other's lives. Are you willing to do your part? That's the question you have to ask yourself. With that said, I am going to go ahead and wrap it up because I know y'all know I can get long-winded. I love this life. You know what I mean? But I can tell you, man, one thing about network marketing, I will always love and appreciate it. I'm not going anywhere. I love this space and what it's done to my life. After 30 years in prison, I never could have imagined that my dreams would have come true or that I could have met some of the awesome people that I've met on this journey. Right? I tell you, it's what you pour into people. It's really about what you pour into people. Network marketing is awesome. So don't limit yourself by looking at selling the opportunity. Don't get caught up in the fact, like you heard me talk about Stanley's story and how people think, oh, it's a scam or they feel so. Don't let that stuff embed in your soul. It is easy to give up on the journey, but it's a journey that's so much well taken, man. I'm telling you, this thing changes lives. Believe in the vision, do your part. Because if you're sitting by and watching to see if it works, I'm going to tell you straight up, you're the reason why it's not working. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's look for each other to be supportive. And if we do 100 people by tomorrow night, we should do 1,000 the following night, right? The following Friday. Can we multiply this? Will we multiply this? Will you do your part? You have to ask yourself that. I'll be there. I'll do my part. Will you? All right. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I do want to give Miss Tawaina Wiggins an opportunity to reply or share anything if she wants to share anything before we go. I can't hear you, Tawaina. You got to unmute.
Okay, that's it. Thank you so much, Wesley. I enjoyed the call today. I want everyone to remain excited. So many opportunities with this project. We're going to be able to make great money, bringing in $16.75, whether you're bringing in a quarter, $16.75, or buying multiple positions. You're at the right place at the right time. We're early. Think about the early investors in any project, so we're early. We're going to reap the benefits of just being early. Stay focused, invite others, find those leaders as well as builders, and let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna throw Lacrisha on the spot right now. So what I'm gonna suggest is that going forward, we will maybe doctor that time just a little bit, right? And I don't know, we gotta look at what the time looks like, because although we want to make it available to Americans, we also have, international participants, and we want to make sure that they can participate. So we might look at that time shift. We may do them at different times so that different groups will have different participation. We may even do two. I don't know, but that's something we will tweak and take a look at. Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put people on blast, right? Straight up. Everyone, you on the call. I see Stanley on the call. Any other Nigerian leaders here? Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys on blast. I'm gonna put the Americans on blast, right? I see Lysandra on the call. I see people that really have teams that are built in struggling economies. If they get on that call and they make it rain with $2 and your American butt ain't there, I got something to say. And I'm just saying, I put it on blast. I expect everybody to show up and do your part, right? Let's all do our part. We can all win this race together. But I can tell you this, man, it's a beautiful and awesome opportunity. Let's fill up this first matrix and get on to the next, and do it in a way that we bring others with us. It's not about running in front of the crowd. It's about running with the crowd, right? There's a true power in the unity of numbers. And I love what David has created. I love the vision that he has. Let that sit in your soul. Let that sit in your spirit. And as you sit and you wonder what part you play, right? I want you to ask yourself, because it's not about what happens around you. It's not about what happens above you, beneath you. Nobody else may show up, but I expect you to show up. It's about what happens inside of you that will help change your life. Miss Lacrisha, you got anything to say before we go? Okay. Miss Young, you got anything to say before we go? All right. So with that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up.
Sorry, I was muted. Thank you all. Really do appreciate you being here with us and looking forward to doing this paradigm shift together.
Absolutely. So it'll be the same link. And then we're still doing our opportunity call. So get your team on tomorrow. We will be talking about it and promoting this thing tomorrow. I see Camille on the call too. So the other Camille, right? Happy to see you there too. But again, let's all do our part. So I want to make sure, look, we're going to be talking about this tomorrow. Do your part, make your calls, make sure everybody's aware of this. We do have a flyer that's being prepared. We will get that out. The opportunity call will be the same time as you got on today, right? Wherever time zone you're in. And we will continue to do this for the next couple of weeks. We are looking for new leaders to stand up. And that's another thing. For you guys who stand up and do opportunity calls, right? In your own time zones, whether it be, Africa, whatever, Trinidad, people that's willing to step up and do opportunity calls in their own areas. I haven't decided yet. I got to talk to Miss Young, but we're going to compensate that. We're going to bless that. We're going to give you a little something extra. When you take the lead, you will be rewarded in this opportunity. And don't feel like you're by yourself, because just as Miss Wiggins came to my call, right? You call us, we're there. So you won't be by yourself. But understand, the more you do for you, the further you'll go. So I want to see more leaders emerging. I know it's Annette asked, she wanted to take a leadership and help people to sign up. Anybody that understands the sign up process and who's ready to offer any assistance there, let's do it, right? Let's do it. Leadership pays you. The one in the shadows waiting and watching is not going to make as much as the leader who marches to the front. So march to the front, raise your hand. We got you. With that said, we're going to wrap this up. We see you all tomorrow, man. Be excited, be encouraging. Let's have fun. All right. See you on the journey ahead. It's been fun. Peace.